Information proffered by a cowed adversary and the presence of a baleful apparition belie a greater threat stirring in the abandoned vaults beneath the moldering fortress. Could this be the source of the sickly glow atop Gauntlight?
And hello, everybody. It's that time again. A roll for intent. I'm your host, Trevor, and
yeah,
go ahead, Micah. No, get it out.
Nothing. Just I was going to voice my. It's fine.
Let's
it's
air
fine.
the grievances now.
No.
Get it on tape. So
they know who we are by this point. Honestly,
do they though? We might be. We are very, very, very not noteworthy.
This is episode 5. By this point, they've heard the intro music 5 times.
This could be the first time they show up.
Did you also start Naruto with Shippuden?
Shut the fuck up, Micah.
So they say that there are 2 distinct classes of Muppets. You've got Chaos Muppets like Gonzo and Order Muppets like Kermit. Okay. What kind of Muppet are you?
I'm actually more concerned about the people that are saying that. Who are these people?
Why are we categorizing Muppets?
Where did you get a hold of their manifesto, Trevor?
Oh, places people are saying it.
The internet
the kids
has a
are
general
talking.
consensus that they're either Chaos Muppets or Order Muppet. I, for one, see myself as a Chaos Muppet.
Yeah, we didn't ask you because we know.
Yeah, well, the audience doesn't, so suck my dick.
fuck?
Hey, crazy, right? Chaos Muppet.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
What the? Okay, I'm on slate.com, a unified theory of Muppet types.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay,
wow,
just starting off. Every once in a while, an idea comes along that changes the way we all look at ourselves forever. Before Descartes, nobody knew they were thinking. They all believed they were just mulling. Until it gets better. Until Karl Marx. Everybody totally hated one another, but nobody knew quite why. What the fuck is this? Okay, the same thing is true of Muppet theory. A little-known, poorly understood philosophy that holds that every living human can be classified according to one simple metric. Every one of us is either a Chaos Muppet or an Order Muppet.
And they say journalism's dead.
Who wrote this article?
How many spelling mistakes are there in this? If you were to copy and paste this, how many red lines would there be?
Everything's spelled right, but it's from 2012. So, what was actually going on in 2012?
The end of the world, I think.
I feel fine.
I mean, we lived, so it wasn't. But
Coney.
It was at the time.
That's right. Coney was happening.
Coney
too.
2012. That's right.
He's like still happening.
Well, yeah, I mean, child soldiers are happening everywhere. Let's be real. Have you seen what Todd's doing with his kids?
Well, if you do, I'll have to kill you because I can't allow the authorities.
The audio
know.
can't be leaked out to the public.
You'll just send the kids to kill us because they're child soldiers.
For what it's worth, FBI, Todd more or less has like miniature super soldiers. They can lift full cattle over their heads.
Todd's children are child generals. Let's be honest here.
That's probably true.
Grace has 3 stomachs. She can drink acid and chew through marble.
But yeah, Chaos Muppets?
Yeah.
Order Muppets?
Yeah,
We'll
apparently.
probably have to find a good place to stitch that in properly. So let's just ad-lib a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
Growing up my entire life, everyone said I looked like Elmo. I don't know why. Maybe the big nose. I'm not really sure. But people would buy me Elmo merchandise and bring it to me at like school.
I know
don't
this is
see
an
it.
audio medium, but it might just be because of your bright red skin, and you can't prove me wrong. For what
The
it's
fact
worth,
that you're
viewers.
fuzzy and completely red. That might be too. But yeah, no, in public, people like people I knew that like went to school with me or just other extracurriculars, they'd see me somewhere and they'd be like, whoa, wait, I have something for you. And they would be like a giant Tickle Me Elmo. And like, I saw this and I thought of you. And I was like, why? What?
So
And so
when
I
you were
have-
in like PE, when you were in PE class, did guys like sneak up behind you in the showers and just tickle you till you pee?
Yeah, I mean, I tickled the reason that my nickname in high school was Tickle Me Elmo for the reasons you just stated. But yeah, no, I have T-shirts.
With a nickname like that, were you ever single?
Never. Or alone. I was never single or alone.
Never.
There's always been somebody right there, right behind me.
Yep.
Ready to tickle.
Yeah.
Everyone was too afraid to give me a nickname.
Here's the funny thing is that you don't deserve that nickname, and Trevor does. Because Trevor actually does sound like Elmo if you tickle him, and it's not even a joke. He giggles.
Really?
We've heard him
Trevor,
giggle.
when we meet in person, that is numero uno what I'm going to do.
If you've ever, I've seen Sarah like walk up and tickle him. He's like, hey, stop.
If only I would have known, our experience at dinner would have been much different, Trevor.
It's true.
He's done it in some of our recordings when we really get him going. When he like hyperventilates and laughs.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
He results to like the wheezing of like a dog chewing on a squeak toy.
Yeah, that is definitely true. It's been true pretty much my whole life, I think.
It's adorable.
It is. It's the cutest thing you've ever fucking heard. It's my defense mechanism. If anybody ever pulls a gun on me, I'll start doing that.
It's like almost Elmo and like a little bit of like Pillsbury Doughboy too.
That's the sound he makes before he spits poison in your face.
He also has a similar complexion to the Pillsbury Doughboy, so it's perfect.
Can you imagine that, Space Marine?
I'm interested in Todd and Micah's because I have a thought of what you're gonna say, and I want to be either proven wrong or right on point.
I'm more or less still wondering when you're going to answer my question, everyone, which is what Muppet are you? Regardless of chaos and order. I don't want to know. I don't give a shit. I mean,
that's what I said. I said Elmo.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I don't know why every time I think of the Muppets, I always like classify them as like who is ever on the Muppet Show or any of the movies. But Elmo is technically a Muppet, so
yeah.
That is a good answer. And I'm going to start. Shut up, Micah. I'm driving this train now. I'm in charge. Sit down.
Okay,
I have a gun. Sit down. Trevor,
What?
what kind of Muppet are you?
Well, I am definitely a Chaos Muppet.
All right.
No doubt in my mind, I'm a Chaos Muppet. You ask Sarah, I'm definitely a Chaos Muppet. She's the Order Muppet in our relationship. And I think if I was probably going to set a Muppet that I specifically identify with, I think it'd probably be Fozzie. I think it'd be Fozzie Bear.
Can you say Mr. Bimble in your best Fozzie Bear impression?
Mr. Bimble. Oh,
Mr.
yeah. Fozzie Bear, definitely. No, like the dad jokes, hardly anything I plan goes right. You know, the floppy hat and brown furry skin. I don't have brown furry skin. But yes, definitely Fozzie. Definitely chaos.
All right. That's good. Micah.
I think by default, I have to be the Count. Really? Yeah.
I don't know. I'll be honest, Micah. If I look at you and I hear you, I think of Beaker.
Beaker.
But Beaker, I think, is a Chaos Muppet, and Bunsen maybe. Bunsen's definitely an Order Muppet.
No, Bunsen. That Bunsen would have been my guess.
But Beaker seems to be more aware of his surroundings.
Yeah.
Micah looks
do you
like
look at me and think that I'm aware of my surroundings?
Well, your eyes are spaced apart perfectly so that I think that you are prey.
You look like a prey animal.
Yeah, you're built like a deer. like a very petite deer.
I'm afraid that if you jump too far, you might break a bone.
I feel like deer have their eyes on either side of their head.
They do, because they're
definitely
prey.
Look forward.
Predators have them in the center of their face.
Yeah, and Micah has a visual radius of 270 degrees.
He is. It's like trying to sneak up on a pigeon. Awful.
When he was taking his LSATs, they had to put blinders on him.
Are you kidding? Micah, he would cheat off of anybody.
Right.
It wasn't that. It's just where they were positioned on his skull.
It makes the other test takers uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Just seeing my eyes swivel around like a chameleon.
Like a chameleon.
So Raymond, are you also Elmo then?
So I think people identify me as Elmo, but I would like to think that I am more like Gonzo. Very chaotic. Very just I mean, literally I don't listen to anybody anytime. And I want everyone to think that what I'm doing is the greatest thing in the world, whether it goes poorly or not. So I would say, I'm here. So
I can confirm.
No, I'm kidding. Okay, Elmo is for sure Order. Elmo is an order Muppet.
Elmo's a Sigma Muppet. He's outside of the natural order.
He's a sleeper Muppet.
Elmo is the Caillou of the Jim Henson expanded universe. Honestly, I hate Elmo.
What?
But that's me.
Elmo is basically a baby. He's a child with a responsibility to take care of a goldfish. That's Elmo's life. That's all he has in his life. So I would think there's
also a strange man that's living in his closet.
Yeah.
And his rectum.
You had to go there. You had to go there.
Why does Mr. Noodle live in his closet?
I don't know.
I'm still mad at Todd's prerogative, which is secretly to not actually edit any of our audio footage, but it's just to say rectum at least twice in every episode.
He's got to add the word prolapse in there too. Just
somewhere,
yep. But Jake, you posited the question, but you have not answered the question.
Yeah, we're waiting on Todd and Jake here.
Ooh, that's hard too. You know, I could have used all of this time to stall and actually think of a decent answer for what Muppet I like the most too. And to be honest, Dr. Teeth kind of gets me every time that he's on screen, which is not very often, but when he does, I laugh. And every time I see him, I also think of the Family Guy bit where they talk about how Animal got clean, which is really funny. Me has not been the same since me found God. It's about 1978 when animals started snorting crushed up pieces of felt. Things got real crazy.
You do have a similar vibe and appearance to Animal.
Yeah,
like,
I was going to go with
I
Animal.
Could see you.
Yes, but I am not a drummer.
You could be if you tried.
I also do have a similar vibe and appearance to the bass player Muppet that I don't think has a name.
I don't think he does either.
So, no, they all have names. I just don't know what they are. They definitely all have names. Every single Muppet that's had screen time has some sort of name.
Also, you said you're not Animal because you're not a drummer, but is Animal a drummer? I think he just beats the shit out of the drums.
Yeah. Did you ever see him go up against Buddy Rich?
I did not.
Yeah.
I missed that one.
That was a thing.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing.
Well, gonna Google it as soon as we're done.
And Todd, I think you have the last word here.
Okay. I've always loved Muppets. I mean,
I already know which one you are.
It's Miss Piggy.
I want to see if you pick the right answer.
You know what? Let me hear everyone else's. I
want to go first.
I
know I have the right answer.
Everybody else's.
No.
I need you. I need you to tell me by the looks of me. What do you think?
Sweetums.
I knew that was
Sweetums. Yeah.
I figured that's exactly what you'd pick. Micah, who do you think I am?
Oscar the Grouch. Because I imagine you live in filth.
I do live in a trash can.
No, that's Jake.
I'm not. You know what? No.
Ray, which Muppet do you think I would be?
Looks wise, Fozzie Bear, but personality, like I said, Miss Piggy all the way.
Yeah,
Crazy Ivan.
No, the Muppet that I identify with, this is like going across all of the several seasons of TV shows, all of the movies, Christmas Carol, Treasure Island, Taking Manhattan. Tim Curry. That's the Muppet I identify.
I'm not letting you have that one.
Tim Curry.
I'm not letting you have it either. You're sorry, I'm not letting you have
it. If you're saying that, if you get to say Tim Curry, I get to change my answer to Big Ugly Butt-Faced Baby Eating O'Brien from Muppet Treasure Island, because that is my favorite character in any movie I've ever seen.
Which ironically enough, Tim Curry is also in.
If we're being that broad with it, if we're being that broad with it, I'm Stephen King. He just looks like a human Muppet.
Yeah.
That is true. He might be the eagle. I can't remember the eagle's name though.
Sam, the American
Sam.
Eagle.
Eagle Sam.
No, I would be Sweetums. I'm sorry. That's just it fits me, my personality, my size, my smell, my general appearance. Most of my hair does look like mop braids. Like my armpits are atrocious.
Okay, that's far enough.
What the hell's this podcast about?
I think it's about the ethics of
Thanks for listening, guys. This has been the...
Yep. That's all the time we got for this week.
Tune in next week for more Muppet Mania.
And this has been the Muppet Mop-Up.
He used my armpits.
Well, you know where we're not going to find any Muppets? In the Gauntlight. Not a single one.
Seamless segue.
Absolutely seamless. Last week was a doozy.
Yeah.
Y'all started entreating with the leader of the creatures that we found on this floor already, Boss Scrog of the Mifflets. He allowed you to go on the condition that You clear out level 2 of the Gauntlight, and he'll give you a big old sack of gems. Y'all continued to explore, after which, and you found what could only be described as a dangerous, sentient, bloody puddle, which was exorcised, at least for now, by Tovin, who also did most of the chit-chat over there with Boss Scrog as well. So he was really the MVP of last episode, I have to say.
I know, it's like I should have hero points or something.
I think you're ignoring the massive contribution that Solus had to get that ball rolling, as well as many ranged reprisals that I took to save my friends.
But your lips were nowhere near spending the kind of FaceTime with his butt that Tovin's did.
Mifflin ass.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm enjoying editing every second of it.
So we ended up, though, you guys had stepped outside and you saw a crumbling shack that looked like it had the remnants of a fire wafting out of it.
Smoke.
And that's relatively late in the evening. It's probably, 7:30. It's getting dark. It's the winter. So it's definitely after dusk. So what do you guys want to do now that you've survived that nasty haunt that you just ran into?
I have almost no health.
Do we know how long that thing is going to be gone? Like, does that reset in minutes, hours,
I think it comes
days?
back the following night.
Did we learn that from the religion check last night?
No, we saw that it disappeared and bounced out of the room, and the puddle... Well, I guess that doesn't matter. The puddle dissipated.
Yeah, Trevor did say that it's stuck and that we know that it will come back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it may be a 24-hour thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we could feasibly rest,
Who's
come back, and
say?
still take a look
Right.
upstairs.
I think that we
it-
should all just rest around the puddle. Everybody take a nap. Just get your 8 hours. I don't think we need anybody staying up to keep watch. I feel pretty safe in this room.
That I'm not sure if
That
you're
sounds
joking
like a
with me, but
terrible
that seems
idea.
somewhat unwise.
I never joke.
I was hoping before the day is out, we could check the shed to the northwest, where the fire.
Maybe I could sleep in there.
Yes, maybe we can all sleep in there.
Excellent. So also, one thing as an aside, we've been really fast and loose with the exploration rules, and I really, really think that we need to spend a little bit more attention, pay a little bit more attention to them, especially as there's haunts and hazards that operate in rounds and based on the position that you are in space.
Okay, fair enough.
So there looks like there is a door that you guys could access.
This is on the blown out shed?
Yes, that is the blowed out shed right there, definitely.
Okay.
What's the plan, gentlemen?
I think I'm just going to, I guess, avoid notice and move up to the door.
All right, so
stealth check while moving at half speed.
All right, so I'm going to be requesting some rolls from you, buddy. Is everybody going to try to avoid notice
Yes.
in this case?
Yeah.
Sure. Nobody said they're coming with me yet.
Yeah, I will be going with them.
Yeah, I'm going to stay back, but yeah, sure.
Excellent. All right, here we go. Nope, these are all hidden checks, boys.
Yep.
Okay.
So I just requested rolls from all you guys.
Oh.
Jake, what's your stealth bonus?
+5.
All right. So you don't really arouse suspicion that you can tell from anything on your way over there. Nothing seems to be in this area. Are you going to pop the door open, Jake? You ought to
Is it locked?
perceive.
I do. I'm going to look with my rat eyes.
There is nothing that you can tell. You can maybe hear like the low crackle of the embers of the fire that was there,
Okay.
but nothing that would suggest any other sort of activity on the other side
Can I
of that door.
attempt to stealthily open the door?
Sure can. Go ahead and pop it open. I'm going to use your previous stealth roll for this.
While he does this, I'm going to move just around this way, just in case
All
something
right.
pops out.
So Joseph will pop the door open and kind of like really, really quietly like step in, keep like one hand back until he knows what he's looking at.
So the southern portion of the stone-walled building is collapsed into rubble, exposing what remains of a boathouse to the elements. The shelves and boats within have decayed into heaps of rot and moss. The embers of a relatively fresh campfire smolder nearby.
Interesting.
Now, this is a good opportunity to use the investigate action, in which we do passive perception checks while moving at half speed in a space, but you would have to physically be in the space to do that, gentlemen.
I'm going to investigate.
It's so clear, but keep your voice down. Fresh fire. I think somebody's still here. There is another door.
I'm going to continue forward, and I want to look at this door as well.
Yeah,
I see nothing of importance.
I'm going to move into the shed.
Based on the smallness of the shed, you would notice that door moves, opens to the outside. So that is another exterior door. So it is safe to open it up.
There's a boat and another dock.
Does the boat look recently used?
Does it, GM?
Much of the wooden pier has collapsed into the swamp, leaving about 10 feet of moldy, soggy boards slumped against ancient wood pilings. A rowboat tied to a piling looks much more recently built and recently arrived.
This is brand new boat. The rope is in good condition. This not too gross looking on the bottom from the swamp. Somebody has been here recently. There's also another dock over here to the northwest.
You see out on that dock some flickering lights weaving in and out of vision on that dock.
Like over the dock, like just 15, 20 feet away?
Yes, over the dock.
Solus, come here. Come out here.
Very well.
Do you see this?
Do I see them? I suppose I do.
What
Yes,
are those?
Can we attempt some kind of knowledge check on these?
Perhaps a will-o-wisp or something of that nature?
Yeah, we could attempt a knowledge check on this.
The nature?
Let me see what would work for this. I think sorry, I should have had that DC prepped already, but I did not. For this thing, occultism, unless you have something you think would work for this, like a lore. But I'll do an occultism check.
It's untrained, but I can give it a shot.
All right,
yeah, sure, I'll try.
And request a couple rolls from you guys.
Okay.
I'll request one from you as well, Tovin.
Okay, thank you.
Solus, you believe it's a trick of the light.
It's nothing. It's nothing. Just
Tovin and Yosef both recognize this as definitely something more sinister. Perhaps a type of wisp trying to draw you over there.
I don't like that at all. It's wisp. Those do not lead to anything good or fruitful. I say we leave them alone.
bedeviling trickery.
They look to lead us to our doom. I say we leave them alone. It is getting late, comrades. We are all spent on resources and strength. I believe it's best to go back. It's getting dark.
Yeah.
But first, I'm going to investigate the boat, which was an action I was doing the whole time, and the GM should have rolled, based on the way the game works.
You still have to explicitly say what you are investigating, what you want to look at. You didn't say that you're investigating.
Hey, I was moving at half speed the whole time, buddy.
Yes, but you were trying to avoid notice, which is the last.
I said investigate.
You did?
What?
While you guys bicker, I'm going to check out this fire and see if
Yeah,
I was going to say, I've
out.
stayed in this room. I'm going to investigate this room that I've stayed in.
Give me the secret roll that I don't see. Time for the invisible die. Hope it's good.
Tovin and Billiam don't really see anything of note. However, both Yosef and Solus notice there's a pack in the boat. And in that pack, there is a couple pasties that have fish designs on them.
Oh,
Additionally,
curious.
there is a carving of a bird, like etched into the boat itself.
Magic.
Like a crude, quickly sketched out graphic almost of a bird, almost like it was like a logo.
Joseph, these pasties do... But is this something like what you would make?
Yeah, it was from that guy that lost the competition to me the other day. I can't remember his name because he was a loser. But he is...
Wait, he lost to you? I would love to see your pasties. Unfortunately, I was gone treating the local populace for, rickets.
No, it's okay. I can feed you.
Ooh, rickets?
No, he made inferior pasties, well, not incredibly terrible, but just weren't up to snuff, and he took off in a hurry. And there's also a boat here carved with a local gang symbol, so this is definitely belonging to Yinsis Marin and her little tribe. So, this is fair to say what she sent me to look for. At least his supplies, but he's nowhere to be found, and that doesn't bode well, especially with Will-O-Wisp being so close to his boat. I have no idea what mental fortitude he had, but I don't know if it was enough to resist that. If they have some kind of magical properties.
As you step back into the ruined boathouse, you notice that this pier looks abnormally high off the ground. You can see, kind of through the rotting boards, that there's a small, shallow height cave under the pier that appears to lead into the island itself. The water's fairly high, so there's maybe 1.5 feet of airspace between the top of the cave and the water. But there is an opening there.
Do you remember that dragon?
The one that's the Mifflets mentioned, yes?
Yes, the one that bit the giant frog in half.
Yes.
I think we may have found his home.
Can we investigate that?
I do not want to investigate that.
At
least not right now.
As a secret role, will this be a place that something like that could fit in? Or, because I know, me, Todd, personally, I know nothing of this beast.
Let's do a nature.
Yeah, I guess I was just going out on a limb, but
let's do a nature if that's
okay.
What you want to know. I think a nature works well.
Yeah.
Hey, as a metagame question, this can be edited out. Like, what happens if that's actually correct, but I rolled a dog shit nature roll? Like, are you gonna take that away from my my intuition?
I mean, metagame wise, it's just explicitly what you get from the information. You can still infer whatever the heck you want to infer, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Solus would definitely know. In fact, all of you would know that that's definitely the right size for a river drake. They would love this location. It's a perfect size for a river drake den.
Yep. It's in there all right.
I'll be honest, I can't be sure. I think, Joseph, could you go check it out, get a closer look?
No. Here's the thing, is that it's a river drake. It's not a dragon. It's a drake.
It's in the dragon family.
Yes, but the thing is that drakes are more mindless and ferocious than dragons are. While they could have some ill tempers, dragons can still be reasoned with and are capable of higher thought. Drakes, not so much.
Fortunately, we have a beast in our midst that would match exactly those qualities. Billiam, could you go check out that cave?
Look. I like Bill, but I don't think he's strong enough for a dragon. Not yet. Maybe someday, but not today. Look. I think that we have found some good information.
I'm also very hurt, Tovin.
We've found some very good information, but the sun is starting to set, Tovin. We need to go. Do you really think...
And he gets, like, real close to you, and he brings everybody into a little huddle, and he's like,
honestly, how long do you think we can trust these Midflits? I don't know if they're any better or worse than goblins, but I can't trust them as far as I can throw them, and I have an 8 strength.
I didn't like the deception that we played with them. I don't know if I could do it again.
I shared no strong feelings one way or the other, but I hear the crickets and toads. We need to leave.
I think you're right. I think we should just, on our way out, we should just go murder them so that we do not have to deal with them again.
No. No. You did good by creating that ruse that we were going to help them, but I think that just us taking care of their problems for them will be a display of power enough where they don't think that we'll actually do what they want. I mean, let's just give it some time for them to see what Billiam can actually do. If we weren't already half spent, we would have just cleaned that room out anyway, if we're being honest. So, unless anybody has any other ideas for what to look for before we go, but I would rather not be assaulted by Blood Lady again.
Yes, I agree. Are we going to make camp here by the Gauntlight
Why would we do that? We're 20 minutes from home.
That is true. But I thought some of you wanted to investigate the strange lights.
That's exactly why we were here, and I'm assuming that's what the curse was that we dealt with, that bloody apparition.
I'm sure these things are connected, but like I said, we got our ass kicked.
That was not in the actual Gauntlight. This was floor 1, right?
Right, you're still floor 1.
Okay, so maybe...
Well, she was in the tower.
But wasn't she floor 1 of the tower?
No, it flew up into the top where the light is, where it's coming from. So I'm assuming she's directly connected to whatever that is.
Very well then. Why don't we return to town tonight and see if there are any shopkeepers or artisans who could provide us with some sort of tool to use against such a fiend?
Well, yeah, I'm about to go to the respective places, and you can come to the Rowdy Rockfish in the morning, and Brelda and I will cook you breakfast.
All right, so we're agreeing to stay together and investigate this.
I did not say any of that. I don't have the space, and I also don't own my property. I'm renting. You'll have to talk to Brelda, and even then I get top bunk.
Yeah, that's not what I was asking at all, but okay.
Top bunk.
So the light is getting darker from the sun as it sets, but there is an eerie, sickly greenish blue glow pulsating, almost throbbing from the cupola of the Gauntlight.
Yosef, I'm sorry. I would be remiss if we didn't go up and at least look. Could I?
Okay, but you're going first.
That's fine.
You can feel almost an energy in the air. It's like static charge, like during an electrical storm. Your skin begins to tingle and your hairs stand on end.
Yosef's fur stands on edge.
This reminds me of Last Wall in all the worst ways.
This is an involuntary response, and I don't like it.
Would you guys accompany me to at least to the place where we dealt with the curse and at least have my back, as I tried to at least look through to see what is in that room?
Yes, of course. We move as one, we retreat as one.
Okay. We've temporarily dealt with the threat, I hope. So
we did a really good job with that, if I remember correctly.
Question for the GM. Has it been long enough since I treated Billiam? Because I believe they're only immune to it for an hour.
For an hour.
Has it been long enough that I can try to heal him again?
We've
done quite a bit.
I'll allow it.
Okay. So, I just have to get a 15 on my medicine check. I'm going to do my... Okay.
Please don't hurt me again.
Full disclosure, I'm really rusty, but in my opinion, if we're going to move forward, I need to get more practice, which hopefully involves you getting better. So, be quiet and don't flinch too much. And I did it!
What'd you roll there, buddy?
I rolled a 17.
Nice.
Oh, thank God.
So, thankfully for you, you do not get to bleed profusely everywhere. I believe that's just a D8, right?
No,
it should be 2d8.
2d8. You're correct. Fucking fantastic. 2d8. I wanted a 2 for 3 points of healing. That could have been 16.
I didn't hurt you this time.
Seeing this go down, Tovin is going to come alongside and be like, I'm amazed you've made such improvement since you tried last time.
It's better from knocking him unconscious. Yes.
You know what you should consider is in your free time, try stitching some corpses together. Just really get in there and practice.
What if I got just leather or something?
It could still be attached to the corpse.
Yes. I'd prefer it not to be people.
Yeah, but you can. I mean, sewing skin only gets you so far. You need to learn how to reattach vessels.
Who the fuck are you? What's wrong with you?
I'll tell you who I am. I am a competent medic, and I am just helping you with creative critique.
Medics don't work with corpses. They have to be alive for you to be credible. Like I said,
you have to get your bearings somehow. You don't just start by working on the living. You have to.
I'm starting to second guess coming out here with you at all. You didn't mention anything about corpses this morning.
I think we should go back to the Mitflits and just start. I mean, let's bring a couple back just for practice. I will take you through basic A and P, and we will get started.
You're not you and you're hungry.
Tomorrow after breakfast. How's that sound? You're gonna
Yes. Go to bed.
It's best to have eaten beforehand.
No, I'm going to stop you before you say prolats or rectum again. Okay, let's go home.
Okay, let's get back.
End the scene. Go. Transition.
We'll be back to town before you can say prolapse rectum. So can we actually go? I do want to peek through the stairs up there to see into the Gauntlight.
Hey man, go ahead.
Would you guys?
I ain't gonna
accompany
stop you.
If you go, I go with you.
I don't like the way that Trevor said that. I think we should go back to town.
Yeah, I've been trying to say
that. Metagame the hell out of this.
I'm just telling you, do what you want to do. I ain't going to stop you.
So at the top of the stairs in this room, do we see, is there a door or is it just a doorway?
There's a trap door.
Oh, it's trapped. Thanks. Okay. Joseph, could you go remove that trap for me, please?
Trap door, not trapped door.
So it's a staircase that leads to a trap door in the ceiling?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I go up and...
Go. I'm not going first.
That's fine. I will attempt to go up here if it will allow me, and I would like to listen. Whoa, to the door.
Don't do it.
I'm going to follow behind him.
Okay. That's not what I want to do. There we go.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Go back.
Yep, don't go where we were.
Go back.
I thought I turned that off. Sorry, guys.
No, it's fine.
That was pretty cool.
He
has us all set up so whenever we go to the specific square that takes us to the next room or next level, we go there.
That's so
and
cool.
I did not realize that was that it was. I forgot that was a thing.
I forgot it was activated.
I'm getting like Legend of Zelda 1 map changes vibes from this.
Right. So you go up there and there is a keyhole.
Oh, can I look through it?
You're doing some blood drips on your eye.
Oh no, that's blood in my eye. That's terrible, and I don't know why. I've never actually Googled that as to why it's awful to get blood in your eye.
There might be some epidemic.
Get it out. Does anyone have to pee? Somebody help me.
You may get like pneumonia later, but besides that,
does it appear locked? Perception check.
It does appear locked.
Oh my.
Okay, then I'm going to roll a thievery.
This is a hard one. So yeah, go ahead and roll your thievery.
Natural 20.
All right.
25.
Oh, wow.
So the way that lock picking works in 2E is it's multiple successive checks.
Oh my goodness.
So keep rolling, buddy.
Wow. And there's no benefit for getting a natural 20, like 2 successes in a row?
You got 1 success.
No.
Lame. All right. Here we go again.
While this is happening, I'm going to draw my sword and shield just to be ready.
14.
And the tumblers slide out of the lock, so you miss it.
Oh.
But
cool.
you do know that there's 4 tumblers you have to hit for this lock.
4?
Wow.
Okay.
I'm getting assurance in thievery as quickly as I fucking can.
And I just want to listen to the trapdoor and just give me a perception check. I want to investigate that way. I want to know what's on the other side.
Joseph is like, there's like 4 different tumblers for this lock.
Yeah, we have no chance of going through.
I'm too sleepy. Can we do this tomorrow?
Your efforts were very, very viable.
I appreciate it, Solus. Thank you. You're my favorite.
Yes, with the effort that you put into this, I can't wait to taste your pasties.
Yes, I'll cook for you tomorrow. Do you want pasties for breakfast?
Yes, but remember, after that, corpse stitching.
No.
Listen.
So while they were doing this, Bill is hurting and not wanting to go up there, and I see the blood pool on the floor. Can I try and just wipe away at it?
You absolutely can. I'm so afraid. I want you to go ahead and roll a thievery check.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Because I'm like, there were scary things there. I don't like looking at it. And I'm just like sort of wiping it away. Because I'm like, ooh.
All right, yeah, give me a thievery.
That is a 17.
No matter how hard you wipe, you can't seem to get rid of it. It just seems to spread. It doesn't really wipe. It just, you kind of push it around.
And now there's blood on your hands.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Hold on, guys. Let me check my pack. I might have some hydrogen peroxide in here somewhere.
Joseph, would you mind giving it a try? Wiping away the blood?
Sure. I don't know why, but I can do my best.
'Cause I'm scared.
20?
So you do seem to be successful in wiping away the blood. The stain even seems to slightly just go away. It's gone. You've wiped up. You grabbed a rag or something, and all the blood is in the rag. And if you were to detect magic here,
then I would.
The necromantic magic associated with it seems to have been dissipated.
Oh.
See, you children don't know how to clean up a stain?
Well done, Yosef. And I pat him on his rat back.
You don't have to show off with your wiping skills.
Speaking of detect magic, when I focusing it on the puddle or the blood, does it look like it's completely dissipated or it's just partially taken?
You wouldn't know.
Wouldn't know. Okay, can I aim my detect magic up through the trapdoor to try to...
You absolutely can.
Okay.
There is necromantic energy above you. It's also a restorative magic seems to be permeating the walls of the Gauntlight. That's why it doesn't seem to be crumbling like the rest of the keep.
Interesting.
If you were up there, you said you tried to listen up there, right? I forgot to give you some info on that. You hear a low thrumming, like a and it seems to be in the same tempo that you recognized the light, so you could assume that thrumming corresponds with the light getting brighter and dimmer and brighter and dimmer.
Solus, I mean, I was once I had a champion as a very close friend, but even in our talks of shop, I never knew his full capabilities. Can you detect alignments?
No, that's beyond my capabilities at this moment.
Can you die and be resurrected as someone that can? That would be extremely useful right now.
Who knows what kind of thing Pharasma could turn you into?
Can anyone detect alignment? Is that?
And you come back as beetle spies.
I'm usually a pretty good judge of character, but this place gives me the heebie-jeebies. So I vote we leave.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. We should.
With my 3 health, I can do anything.
I'm actually down 1 point, so yeah, I would like to go rest too. And I have anything but a cantrip is wasted now. I'm done. So, well, that's not true. I do have my focus spell.
It is rapidly getting darker.
Yeah, we should get out. We should get back to town.
Can we please leave?
We should get back quicker than you could say prolapse rectum.
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah,
you didn't get us out of here fast enough.
We make to exit.
I had to say it twice.
If you guys just make your way out to the front exit, you can just leave your tokens there, and we'll just hand wave you getting back into town.
Okay.
I believe there's still a pile of dead bodies in this front room.
No, we threw them in the swamp.
Yeah.
What we threw those guys in the swamp. But these first 3 guys, there was 3 guys, the one up on the rafters and the other 2 that we never.
Yeah, we threw them in the swamp. That's what they would have wanted, according to their boss.
Them too.
That's actually what we were told to do.
Okay, I couldn't remember if we did those guys as well.
Hand wave, swamp toss. Everyone loves a good swamp toss. Let me tell you. Tell you what.
Todd invented the swamp toss.
It's true. So, should we head back to town?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe when we're back, Solus, you can read up on how to detect alignment. That'd be extremely helpful right now.
I will try very well.
All right, so we're going to hand wave you guys back to town. I don't know if you guys want to do anything before you go to bed, or if you want to just pick back up in the morning at the Rowdy Rockfish, as discussed.
One of the things I want to do is gather all my things from where did I stay last night? Did I not have a room?
I don't think you stated where you stayed last night.
Yeah, okay. That's cool. I figured I would have just stayed with my stuff and my little shanty where I was practicing medicine at the fair. I would actually like to go to, what was it, the Angry Rockfish?
Rowdy Rockfish?
The Rowdy Rockfish.
That's the one that collapsed, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's not the one that collapsed.
The Thirsty Alpaca collapsed.
Thirsty Alpaca collapsed.
I'd like to see if I can get a room there, but just drop some coin on the table and get my key, but not stay right away.
Oh, yes, we have accommodations for you. You'll be next door to Yosef, in fact.
Oh, good. That's great. He's actually been a very, very helpful traveling companion. just so I know, do you guys, would you leave the light on for me? I need to go out for a little while and just check a couple of things. And
she hands you a key and says, "This will allow you to get back in as necessary."
Okay. All right, thank you so much.
Yosef, did you find what you were looking for?
Kind of. I mean, it's still glowing and creepy up there, and I saw some really strange shit today that I have not seen before. So I'm just trying to process all of that still.
Well, I trust that you stayed safe.
Well, I did come back in one piece, but the Gauntlight is still glowing. There is a lady made of blood and a bunch of not goblins running around.
Lady made of blood?
Lady made of blood, but I guess Tovin here exorcised her, at least temporarily, and I had to clean up some stain.
Sounds fascinating and terrifying.
I like how nonchalant about this you are.
This is just like a regular Tuesday in Galarian, though.
I'm really old. You have to remember that Yosef is in his early 50s, which is towards the end of a life for a Yusoki. He's seen a lot.
Yeah.
So wait, are you albino or are you just old?
True.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Old albino.
Bill would have went home and his kids would have ran up and said hi and be like, there was the weirdest guy asking all about you guys today.
I forgot that bit.
Tell me all about your children.
I didn't forget. Tovin is actually going to, I guess, Solus, do you want to do anything?
Yeah, returning to the Crow's Casks. Is the manager still there? I forget her name.
Magaloy. Magaloy is definitely still there.
Okay. I'm going to approach her. Hello, Magalai. Are you having a good evening?
Absolutely, absolutely. I imagine it'll be much better now that I have company, and you see that the bar is completely empty. Nobody here.
It's wonderful. I'm glad to hear it. Listen, I came across something in my assignment today, and I wanted to ask you, is there anybody in town who specializes in the occult, the otherworldly, the unnatural, things of that nature?
Well, there's old Rin. She's a bit of a collector of oddities. She may have found some information in her studies.
And where could I find this Rin?
Rin, she's at Rin's Curiosities. It's the big building without a roof. Kind of can't miss it.
Very well. I will check into that on the morrow. Thank you very much. Good night.
Additionally, the owner of the bookstore, he may be able to help you. His name is somewhere deep into this journal that I can't find.
It's not important right now.
His name, not important.
His name is insert name here.
His name is Steve.
Some call me Tim.
You may be able to find some information at the Dawnflower Library as well.
Thank you very much. I shall do so.
Vandy Bandadash, she's the priestess of Serenray. She might have some information for you as well.
Could you repeat that name, please?
Vandy Bandadash.
Sounds like a gnome.
Could you do it 5 times fast, please?
Vandy Bandadash, Vandy Bandadash, Vandy Bandadash.
I see. Thank you very much.
Balderdash.
Absolutely. And yes, the owner of Odd Stories, Morlabint. He's an old wizard, collects books. He may have some information for you as well.
Very well. Thank you very much.
Anytime.
And I'm going to get to bed.
Excellent.
So at this point, Tovin's going to, if he can, go for a little bit of a walk. And he wants to stop by Rin's place to see if she's, out and about.
The door is locked up because it's after hours now.
I'll just scribble on my note, about having met the Mitflits, the impending attack on the town.
Just a little thing like that.
Yeah, just little things like that. And the bloody apparition that I helped to dispatch, but I know it was temporary. To let her know that I could not get up into the Gauntlight to see exactly what's going on, but to relay the feelings and observations that we made while we were there. And he's just going to slide that under a door and then walk off down to the streets and, go to the certain address that he had stopped by earlier when they had talked, and to see if his medicines were taken in, and he doesn't see them on the street.
I forgot that you had left out poultices and salves and the like.
Yeah, just at a certain address, and just checking to make sure that there's nothing there, just to make sure that the people got it. And I just walk around town and observe the stars, and then eventually head back and get some rest and think about what he's done.
Look at what you did!
Yeah,
what did you do?
He's gonna just like toss and turn in bed. It's like, I really don't feel like I should ask that much about his kids as he's falling asleep.
I think Yosef is just going to put away everything that he took with him in its rightful spot. His spike chain in his case, his armor wrapped back up and slid back under his bed, and then he's going to pull from a high bookshelf that he has to climb to get to. And he slowly kind of pulls out a dusty book and creaks down, kind of like holds his hip. His little sore. Hasn't moved as much as he has today in a long time, and his body is not used to that anymore. So he sits down and cracks open Bones Fall in a Spiral, one of the holy texts of Pharasma, starts to read.
Ooh, he's found Pharasma again. Metaphorically speaking.
You can see him, I like to imagine the camera just like panning up into the moonlight, like from the window in the loft space above the bar, and then just up into like the green glow of the Gauntlight in the moonlight.
And it pans in and it zooms in on the Gauntlight, and you hear a boom, boom, boom. It's louder and louder and louder and louder. Boom, boom, boom. Then end scene. All right, so morning. What's planned, guys? All 5 of you, are you going to meet up with the Rowdy Rockfish?
Yeah, that was the plan.
Yosef wakes up bright and early, as most old men do. Goes downstairs, meets Brelda, who is also up and early as an old woman. And they...
Oh, did you sleep well?
I sure did. I had a good read, which put me in a calm and restful mind state. So I think I'm just ready to... I invited my compatriots back over for breakfast this morning. You can add it to my rent or something. I'll go and get supplies elsewhere. I offered it to them mostly because they saved my life.
Saved your life? I thought you said you were safe.
Safe, relatively speaking. It's definitely the most dangerous work I've done in a while, but I feel like there's something intensely wrong with the Gauntlight right now, and I don't feel like going around town and telling everybody because I don't want to encourage anybody who thinks they're big and tough to go see if there's anything worth stealing. But I will have you know.
And he leans in real close to her, assuming Tovin hasn't come downstairs yet or anything. He's like, I think I might have found the room where Otari died.
Really?
And I think there's a possibility I might have an idea of where his body is. I don't know. It's just a thought. But while we were there, I found a room that's covered in scars, centuries old from some magical massive battle, and a staircase collapsed and filled with rubble. There were these small midflit-like creatures trying to dig in it, but they didn't get it very far. Just close enough to find the staircase, but it's completely filled. It would take years, or months of digging. Or weeks, however long the DM said it would take.
Many, many days.
Tovin comes downstairs with his backpack on and his bedroll, and just lets he passes the key back to the owner and say, very much like my time here. This nice clean room. I'm going to give it a very high Yelp rating, but Yelp, is it Yelp?
Yelp.
Is that what kids are using these days?
All the kids.
Okay. Yeah, the high Yelp rating. But I won't be back tonight, just so you know.
Do you just not like staying in the same place more than once?
For the most part, it's I have a bit of a wanderlust, and that's one of the reasons why I follow the Crimson Curve. The Cosmic Caravan.
Not to get too lost in semantics, but does that mean you just have to take a break and then you can come back tomorrow, or is that like a just one and done with every place?
Well, I can definitely come back the following night. It's just...
So just every other night you have to... So you could just alternate between like here and the other bar.
It's like being a real lazy gnome. Are you ready to go, or should we... Are we doing breakfast? What's the plan?
I made breakfast. We have to wait for... I assume that any minute now that Solus and Bill will be showing up... I assume that Bill's wife will make him breakfast and then he'll eat twice.
I was hoping that you had made some of your famous saffron and cod pasties. I've heard so much about them since we've mentioned pasties.
I won the competition this year, so I'm very proud of them.
Congratulations.
I did happen to have just enough to make another dozen or so there's enough if you want the second one. And you will.
I will. I'll definitely take one for the road.
As Solus does arrive in short order.
The door opens as he comes in. Jingle, jingle.
Bill walks in and goes, I smell pasties.
Hey kids, there's pasties.
My kids have questions for you.
Boy, do I have some questions for your kids. Let's see how fleshed out Bill is.
Bill walks in and you can see that he has recently eaten. He's got some crumbs around his mouth, but he walks in and goes, I smell pasties.
I'm surprised you know what the pasty is. I did. And then he also pushes forward some lemonade.
Bill, temperance is a virtue. Never mind.
Here, I made enough. I made enough for all of you to have more than one.
Temperature? I start shoving my face.
Those are hot.
Start shoving. I eat the pasties. They're hot, so I grab the lemonade and I go and ooh, sour. I'm like a giant man-child trying to eat.
It's like when you just can't wait and you eat a pizza pocket.
Really hot and really sour.
Master the inward blow on it.
It's called circular breathing. You can play. Anyone that eats a pizza roll can play trumpet.
Bill looks over at Yosef with the thumbs up. Just,
he can't taste anything for a week.
He's gonna have to talk like that for the first half of the day.
So over the breakfast table, Yosef will address everybody there. Brelda's probably still nearby. I don't know how busy the Rockfish is in the morning, if at all.
Should be with the champion pasty maker here.
I know, but I don't actually usually work here. I got the job originally at Yizmarid's place. Over the river. So that's just where I work. Well, I made good friends there. But Brelda and I are just, we have things in common.
You're both old.
That is true.
Yeah.
I forgot how much health you heal after a rest.
Yeah.
Is it the same as first edition, where it's just like your level plus your con modifier?
This will be the first time in any 2E game we've played that anybody's fallen asleep.
Huh.
Without being full health. So
we've just done one-shots up until this point.
Well, I mean, I was healed.
Character regains hit points equal to their con modifier multiplied by their level.
Oh, okay. Multiplied by their level.
Yep.
Okay.
They lose the fatigue conditioned. Reduces the severity of doomed or drained by one.
Sure is a lot of math to get one hit point back.
That makes high constitution so much more valuable overnight. Damn.
Yeah, it does. So you gain your con mod back, Ray. Which still might not put you all the way full. Somebody might need to treat wounds on you.
Yeah, I'm very far from. I walk in. I'm obviously shoving my face full past these, but I'm still bleeding from like.
You're getting blood all over the floor.
Don't worry. I'll take a look at him, and I'm gonna do a medicine
You did
check.
it. Oh my god.
That's a 27.
That's a natural 20.
That's a critical success.
That's a crit
natural
success.
20.
4d8.
Yep. I think this ought to do it, fellas.
Knowing. We'll see.
You didn't even notice he was stitching you up.
Yeah, I'm doing so good, and everything's going together just perfectly.
Oh, by the way, my arm still hurts, and then you're just like, not for long.
So as he's doing that, he's going to look at Toad like, hey, that pasty was really good. Just to show you what it's like to have had some experience. All that the stitching of corpses I did really pays off.
Okay, yes, I'll watch.
Yes, and he will get 16 hit points back.
God damn. I imagine you did it masterfully, and Yosef is enamored. He loves watching somebody do something they're really good at. Like, that subreddit, like Efficient Workers or whatever it is, where you watch some dude chop like 90 onions in 30 seconds or something like that.
Tobin's on that level, and Yosef is all about it.
Did Solus heal overnight? I see that you're not completely topped up.
Yeah, I only have a +1 to my Constitution.
Oh, that's
okay.
So I didn't heal fully. I'm at 17 out of 19.
Well, let's. I don't critically fail, but I don't heal you.
It's fine. Thank
What'd
you
you
for
roll?
your efforts, but
I rolled a 10.
Oh.
yes, it's fine. I'll be just fine.
I just kind of like dab it with a napkin. I'm like, it'll be fun, right?
Yes, I'm sure it will. But thank you for the breakfast. This is a wonderful spread.
He's missing an arm and you hand him a Band-Aid. I got these.
Here, you will take 2 of these. Here, call me in the morning.
Okay. And Yosef will kind of push himself away from the table, and he's like, all right. What's the plan for today, comrades? Do we go back? And are we bringing any tools? I, for one, personally think it would be a bad idea to really divulge any of this information to the general public, mostly because I don't want to make anybody afraid or attract any would-be vigilantes or ballsy teenagers into the Gauntlight as well. We know how dangerous it is.
For now, I agree with you. I was speaking to Magaloy just last night about people who might know something about the haunts and other such unnatural beings that lie within the Gauntlight. She recommended that I speak to someone named Rin, someone named Morlabint, who owns the bookstore, and Vandy Banderdash, a priestess. Do any of you know anything about these people?
Yeah. I mean, I don't really talk to any of them in particular that much. I mean, Rin, we've all met. She lives in town with the weird house with no roof.
I know her very well.
No?
No,
I
not
was
yet.
under the impression.
Yeah,
No.
I apologize.
Well.
I did leave her a note. I'm sorry if that compromises our situation, but she is the reason that I approached you in the first place. So
Yeah, her and Tobin seem to have some rapport. You'll notice I'm pretty sure she's one of the only tieflings in town, if not the only tiefling in town. I don't know that for sure, though.
yeah,
She sells some weird stuff to a couple of other weird people. I'm pretty sure there's some mushroom dude that lives within the circle of druids outside of town. She sells him like soft woods and whatnot. So that's strange.
Mushroom dude or mushroom-eyed dude.
No, it's definitely just a mushroom,
Oh, okay.
but it walks. I don't ask a lot of questions. I've only ever seen it from a distance. They pray at that little weird circle outside of town.
What is in your pasties exactly?
Saffron. Card.
Yeah.
But regardless, the Bandy Banderdash, I believe you said their name was.
Yes, I did. Yes.
Pretty sure that's just she's a gnome in town.
You would know that it's a halfling. She's a priestess of Serenray, and she runs the Dawnflower Library.
Oh, that character.
I'll be honest, she sounds like a really good bet for dealing with these haunts. We should actually go talk to neutralize any of these situations. I really don't want to be put in that position again, like we were last night.
That was horrible. I've not had an experience like that in quite some time.
You all might have a better time talking to her than I do. So
Yeah, we could talk shop. Solus, should we go visit?
and who is the third option again? Who did you say?
That was Morlabint. He owns a bookstore of some report here.
Oh yeah, Strange Wizard.
That's what
actually just right.
that is what I heard.
Where is he actually? Can you take us back to town in the overworld map?
Sure can.
I'm actually having a hard time remembering. Can you ping again where the Rowdy Rockfish is in town?
Yeah, hold on a second. It is here.
Okay, so we're like in the southwest portion of town for what it's worth. Actually, right across the street from the coast.
Rin's Wonders is up here.
And so she is way to the north side of town, almost out of town by the river.
The bookstore, Odd Stories, is right here. That's where Morlabint is. And the Dawnflower Library is down on the south on the coast.
Yeah. So the Dawnflower Library is really close. Morlabint and Rin are both across town on the northeastern side. goes very close to Ivashti Street.
Should we go to the library first?
You all can. I think I will go talk to Marlebent, and then we can all meet up with Rin later so we can introduce Solus on presumably our way out of town, lest there be any new developments. Okay. Unless you want me to come with you.
That is acceptable to me. I will go see Vandy Banderdash. And also, as a recommendation, should we tell the mayor about the potential for a Mifflet invasion?
I am so editing that, so I
know that's staying. Yeah. That's got.
I'm saying I'm cutting out that Mifflet part. I'm cutting out Mifflets.
MILF invasion.
The MILF invasion. You know what? I think it should be a pleasant surprise for the mayor. Just let it happen.
Tourism is way up in Otari.
Yeah, I think if anything, what we should do is convince the mayor to open 3 or 4 rum runners. I think it'd be better. Oh, I'm sorry. That's for a cougar invasion.
So the MILF invasion.
Mifflet invasion. I think that the mayor definitely deserves to know. I think he should be our top priority. Prelda already knows, but I really don't think she's going to tell anybody. She's usually a very quiet and stern woman. So she just likes you. Well, she likes me. And by extension, you.
I think, long story short, we should probably tell the mayor.
Should we all go do that, or you want me to do that?
Could we just send up like a passenger pigeon, or
I feel like this
runner?
Is definitely. I feel like he's going to need a seat for this, so we should probably be in person. Also, I definitely need to go talk to Yinzi's Marin too. So my day is going to be busy.
I would definitely say that when we relay it to the mayor that if he were to, prep for such an occasion, that he would guarantee at least our 4 votes.
I don't want to get political.
Unfortunately, you're here during an election year, and that's how their system works. Is if you're here, you're family.
It's like the Olive Garden.
And even if you don't own a scrap of land here, apparently you are allowed to vote.
Are you in town? Fuck it. Have a ballot.
Yeah. Congrats.
But don't they have voter ID laws here?
No.
They do. Are you breathing? No?
Oh, God. We're about to start a completely different podcast. Thanks, Micah.
All right. So, are we good with our respective plans?
Yeah.
Yes, that's acceptable.
Time for me to RP is 5 different NPCs. I'm ready.
Can we get them all in a circle, and then we can all just have one giant conversation?
Just make sure they can talk to each other.
Let's meet at Rum Runners.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to see Vandy Banderdash.
I'm going to go see Morbid.
Following Solus wherever he is going.
All right, well, I think that means that we're going to go down to the Dawnflower Library first. As you make your way down there, go into the large doors of the church, and you see about a dozen acolytes of various faiths. There's shrines to Caden Keely and Erastil, Gozra, and then the primary shrine to Serenray. That's all in almost like the atrium of the building. But most of this building is an enormous library. They have everything from fiction to history, satire, textbook, occult reading, arcane reading. It's one of the largest libraries outside of Absalom. Very, very extensive collection. As you go in, one of the acolytes comes up to you. It looks like a acolyte of Gozra. Yes, what brings you today to the Dawnflower Library?
Good morning. I was hoping to speak to the head priestess, Vandy Banderdash.
Ah, Vandy, yes. You probably find her in the stacks somewhere. Last I heard, she was reading about some geography, I think. Somewhere in Ravenel.
Thank you. I will look for her there. Mr. Thwomp, please don't touch the books so soon after eating.
Start wiping my hands off on my shirt, trying to get the grease off because I really want to touch these books. Like, fine.
Don't worry about it. William, leave them, please. They're not pop-ups.
Just sort of shrug my shoulders down and follow you guys.
So, You head into the stacks, and you see abnormally young looking. You think she's much younger than you would expect the head priestess of such a important shrine to be. She's a very jubilant, smiling-faced halfling cleric. You see she's wearing the traditional Kadirish frock of a acolyte of Serenray. You see that she is even holding a scimitar. She has a scimitar at her side. What brings you today to the stacks? It's kind of dusty up here. You don't look like much of a reader yourself, as she looks over at Billiam and kind of smirks at him. What can I help you with? You must be looking for me.
Priestess Banderdash?
Yes, Vandy Banderdash. What can I help you with?
Very good. The three of us were engaged in some business up near the Gauntlight, and we came across a particular being. Full disclosure, we're on assignment from the mayor. We came across a particular being that we were told you may be able to tell us about.
Yes, a being.
It is a fiendish being of blood that erupted from a pool of blood on the floor and attempted to desanguinate all of us.
Yes, I believe it to be a haunt. I did exercise it, and it did leave us alone for a while. And sorry. My name's Tobin. I believe that you and I share an occupation.
Oh, forgive me. I also did not introduce myself. I am Solus Portententis of the Knights of Last Wall.
I look at her and go,
Bill, Thwomp the smashing guy.
I'm mad at her because she says she didn't look like I can read, and I can read. Bill.
Yes. We have a very, very wide array of texts on occult rituals and haunts and the like. Follow me. And she takes the book she was reading and tucks it under her arm and moves very, very swiftly through the stacks. She looks like she knows exactly where she's heading. She goes down 4 aisles, goes to the left, goes about 40 feet that way. She goes to a ladder that goes up to over a balcony above her, and it's very narrow. I suspect that Billiam probably couldn't fit up there very well, and
now she's calling me fat, guys. You know what? I'm out of here.
And she goes up there and she scampers up another ladder that's precariously perched, and she pulls down 4 or 5 books and she brings them down to you. This is the most extensive information we have on haunts, probably outside of Absalom on the Starstone Isles. Can you give me any more description of what you dealt with? You say it was made of blood.
It seemed to be, yes. Not quite corporeal, but it certainly had the form of a woman, it seemed. It screamed, and by its scream, it drew our blood from our very bodies.
Of a woman in the Gauntlight.
Yes.
Oh, no. And with that, she takes her spectacles off, and she looks at you, and she says, "Are you quite sure?"
Yes. She arose from the pool of blood.
Where was this?
In the main tower of the Gauntlight, the first floor, at the base of the tower.
You mean to say you saw this?
With my own 2 eyes. It nearly killed me.
In the Gauntlight. She puts those books down and she rushes off, and you have to almost run to catch her. And she goes to a wall that almost looks like a shrine. And she goes to a case that's locked, and she opens it up. She pulls it out, and there's a book. It's called Chronicles of the Rose Guard. And she puts it down on the table. She starts thumbing through very carefully, looking through the pages. This book is very old, several hundred years old. She puts it on the bookstand and starts to leaf through it. You see, accounts of battles and lots of stuff not really related to the local area. It's, the entire history of the Dawn Guard, all of the places they went. And she gets almost to the end of the book, And she alights on a sketch. She's like, this is a sketch that Zamzavardian did, the wizard that was a part of the Rose Garden. Just tell me, does this person look familiar to you? And you open up, you take a look at this picture that she's opened up to. It's a very, very precise sketch. And it looks very, very similar, if not identical to the person you saw.
This is the very same.
I see no resemblance. There's no blood in this photo, or this picture.
Take a rubbing. No.
Ignore him. This is the very same.
Take a rubbing.
Gentlemen, I think you may have encountered something that we thought long dead. Are you quite sure?
Yes, absolutely. At my honor as a Knight of Lastwall.
I too swear on his honor.
It's impossible. She's been dead for over 500 years. This is the sketch taken of Belcora herself in that very tower, the day she was slain.
She definitely wasn't alive.
Oh.
And with that, we'll see you all next week.
There it is. There it is. Micah, say it.
Fresh.
Roll for Intent uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Roll for Intent is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. Characters and original storylines are the property of Roll for Intent. Music for this podcast provided by Dark Fantasy RPG Studio, Michael Gilfie, Kevin MacLeod, and Tabletop Audio. Visit our website at rollforintent.com. Any questions or suggestions, email us at mailroom@rollforintent.com.